Hey Bobcat fans, I'm Bethany Cordell with Bobcat Athletics. Welcome back to another edition of Dear Montana State, our video series dedicated to conversations with you, the fans. Today I'm joined by head men's basketball coach Danny Sprinkle. Coach, how you doing?
Good. How you guys doing? How do all the Bobcat fans in quarantine doing?
Oh my gosh, it's been crazy. How are you adjusting to quarantine? And I know you're really close with your family, so I'm sure that's been an adjustment, not getting
It has. Yeah, it's crazy because I'm such a busybody. I want to be out. I want to be traveling. I want to be recruiting. I want to be in the gym with our players and just being in the office. And I'm not used to this at all. I mean, it's driving me crazy like everybody. And obviously, like you said, the family's just staying in the house. My parents, they're in Helena still, but my two sisters here. Obviously, my little sister's got 7 kids, and so they're staying in their house. I have not seen them for about a month, but I'm excited to see them again soon.
Awesome. Well, thanks for taking the time to chat with me today, Coach. We'll keep it quick. Got a few questions for you. First, let's back up. It feels like when we look over the last month, 6 weeks or so, one of the first dominoes to fall in this entire COVID-19 situation was the cancellation of basketball tournaments. Now, obviously, the Big Sky Conference Championship got canceled, right before we were able to play our first game. Can you take us back in time to those conversations and how you told the team?
Yeah, we actually found out right after our pregame meal. We actually had breakfast at a restaurant in downtown Boise and got back to the hotel. And that's when I got the call from Leon. And so we called the team down into the conference room. And, it was the hardest thing I ever had to do. When you're looking at 2 seniors like, Layden Ricketts and Harold Frey, who have given this program so much and the work that they've invested their whole life, to have one more shot to play in March Madness and to go to the NCAA tournament, it was heartbreaking. It was very emotional for everybody in the room. And not just the 2 seniors. I mean, there was every other player had put so much, time and effort into that last moment that we wanted to share together. And so it was tough. It was really tough. And it was something that we'd been talking about all season was, playing our best in March and for those 3 days. And we were the only team in the league that had won three games in 3 nights. We did that at the Greensboro tournament. So we knew what we were capable of doing. And, it was too bad, but, obviously the Big Sky Conference and every NCAA, they made the right decision, to cancel all the tournaments.
Yeah, I mean, my heart goes out to all of our student athletes, whether they were seniors, that were right at the end of their season or just starting with our spring sports as well, too. Obviously, the landscape of life in general has changed so much since that tournament. Talk to me about how you've adjusted to coaching virtually.
I mean, the one thing is obviously we haven't done, obviously we can't do much workout wise. The guys, we just have to trust what they're doing at home. They'll send little videos here and there of, them doing push-ups in their garage or running in place or jump roping and just trying to stay in shape, which is good. But, hopefully we can get back to some normalcy, this summer where we can kind of get them back into shape. And I know every coach in the country is, hoping for that. Everybody in the whole country's, hoping for some normalcy. But, it's been tough, coaching virtually. Everything we're doing pretty much now is just academically, making sure they stay on top of, stay in a somewhat of a routine academically. But, other than that, there's not, our hands are pretty much tied. You can't do too much.
How's the morale and the spirit of the guys? Are they taking this as a challenge? I'm sure it's tough, and I'm sure it's different for each one of them.
Yeah, it is. Our guys, they're such good, high character, just they're always jovial and smiling. You talk to Xavier Bishop and Borja and Finn and Jabril and Amon, like all those guys, like they're great. And me and my assistants, we've been touching base with them pretty regularly. But they've been in pretty good spirits. I know they miss Bozeman. Obviously Jabril and Amon stayed here. Harold Frey's still here. But everybody else is back home. And I know they're chomping at the bit to get back. And I know they probably overlooked some of the things that they kind of appreciate a lot more now, like just walking on campus and seeing their fellow students and actually having the opportunity to go to an 8 a.m. class. I think they're probably looking forward to that about now.
I think it's funny. I think that's such a common theme with so many people I've talked to about things that A, they're never going to complain about again,
Yeah,
or B, that they're just not going to take for granted. And so, there's always a silver lining, and we can look to the positive from the situation.
exactly.
So we collected questions from our fans on Twitter and Facebook for you. So I'm going to hit you with a couple of quick hitters, okay?
Okay.
First one, what's your favorite place right now for takeout in Bozeman?
I've been hitting up a lot of places. Obviously most recently I hit up Thai Basil.
Ooh, yeah.
But I've hit up, McKenzie River, Pita Pit. I've probably eaten too much during this quarantine. But I think it's great to support all the local, establishments. So I try to kind of spread it around. I've literally from Chipotle, you name it. I've been there in the last month.
That's awesome. Like you said, supporting locally, I think, is huge right now. And a good opportunity to mention that at our website, msubobcats.com, we've got a list of our Bobcat businesses that are still open for takeout and delivery. So great opportunity to support local, support those that support the Bobcats throughout the year. Next question, best piece of advice you've ever gotten and who gave it to you?
It would be advice from one of my mentors and one of my former bosses that actually gave me my start in coaching, Bobby Braswell at Cal State Northridge. He always said, you're never as good as you think you are, and you're never as bad as you think you are. You're usually somewhere in between. And I think it's very, I don't know what the word is, but for the time that we're in the world right now, I think it's very fitting. There's a lot of things that, we probably overlooked and we're very appreciative now that we're in the situation we're in where we're staying home, for the past month. So it's never as bad as you think either. There's a lot of things that can come good from this quarantine that if we weren't sitting at home, you never know what would have happened. And so, I think it's, like you said, it's somewhere in between. It's never as good as you think you are, and you're never as bad as you think you are.
I like that a lot. I think that's perfect for right now. 2 more questions. Give us your favorite or the most fun memory from the 1996 team.
The best memory was probably obviously cutting down the nets, playing in Brick Breeden Fieldhouse, which they don't allow the host sites anymore for the Big Sky tournament. Obviously, like we're in Boise, there was nothing more electric than Brick Breeden Fieldhouse that night. And people, if you haven't, obviously a lot of people weren't at that game, even though it wasn't that long ago, Bethany. We're not that old, but the electricity was out of this world. There was people standing outside in the lobbies. There had to have probably been 10,000 people in the arena or the area that night. And, people that have been to Cat Grizz games recently, it was like that times 10. Like that's how electric the atmosphere was.
Oh my gosh. There is nothing better than a full brick, so I can't even imagine what it was like. And I think that actually kind of naturally leads into our last question that we got from a fan, which was that 96 team that you were on was the last time we were at the tournament. What's it going to take to get us back there?
Yep. Obviously, you got to recruit great players. And I think, our staff, we've done that. And we've had good players here, for a long time. But now it's getting a collection of them to really buy into the university, our mission as a coaching staff, and, just give everything their all. Obviously, we are at the ground stages of building this program back up. But I really like the talent that we have coming in, and I like the character that our guys have. And, you gotta have that to win close games. And, to play for a championship, not only do you have to have great talent, you have to have high character people, within the whole organization from the athletic department on down. It's not just a basketball program deal where you just go and all of a sudden get lucky and win 3 games in March. It starts from the top, from President Cruzado down to Leon, to everybody in the athletic department. Then obviously it trickles down into our program.
I love what you said about starting from the top too. I don't know, for those of you who know President Cruzado well, I don't think I know a person that is more competitive on this planet than that woman. She wants to win, and she wants to do it the right way. And having that from the top down really makes us all want to be better for her. Well, Coach, those are the last questions I had. Anything you wanted to add before we wrap this up?
No, just I hope all Bobcat Nation staying safe, staying inside, and we can't wait to get you guys back in all the sporting events, from Schroyer Gym for volleyball to the track to football to basketball back in the brick. It is coming soon, and we will get through this.
I love that. I can't wait till we're back at that point. Well, thanks, Coach, for joining me. I really appreciate it. Thanks for tuning in, Bobcat fans, and we'll talk to you soon.
You bet. Thank you. Go Cats.
Go Cats.